Before I start the video, I want to make it clear that anything said in this video should be taken with a grain of salt. For I don't know fully everything that has to do with this stuff. Yes, I did do my own research. Even then, you never fully know. And I don't really want to get in something that isn't really true, and I face backlash. With that being said, recently I've come across a video about this game, Regretevator. And I'm sure a lot of you guys are aware of the game and the recent drama if you're in the community. This YouTuber by the name of It's Something YT was banned from said game on Roblox. Now, this isn't really something I care about per se, but as you know, I've spoken a lot about the safety in Roblox and how there's genuine horrible people on the platform, that being predators and odd communities. This unfortunately falls into the predator category for things being brought up such as inappropriate messages with a 14-year-old. Yeah, mind you, this person is 23. But there's more to uncover, and before we get to that, just make sure you like and subscribe. It tells me they enjoy the videos, and it's free for you guys. With all that aside, the cause of all of this to come out was, like I said, It's Something YT was banned from Regretevator for reasons as he states.
Well, Axolotl Sun banned me from both Regretevator and Milaniacs, so it's no more Mr. Nice Guy. If you don't know who I am, I'm the one who posted a video about Party Noob from Regretevator, criticizing the development team and its associated fanbase for not handling Party Noob's character very well.
Why does Party Noob do this like weird stimming dance?
Well, this dance right here.
Why are you doing? They've completely mischaracterized this character. And of course, because Axolotl Sun is so good at taking criticism, what's the first thing they do? They ban me from their game. I was literally just making the kind of jokes I normally make when I make fun of stuff. Oh, I love partying and all that crap, but they will kick your ass if you with them. Yeah, you better run. You better run. And I don't even care. Party Noob is the hottest character in this game, and you're not gonna stop.
So yeah, apparently this wasn't the real reason he was banned. As I said prior, there's mentions of predatory messages being sent to said 14-year-old. So from a video I've watched, that was the real reason as to why the ban took place. Here's some things It's Something YT was talking to the 14-year-old about.
Particular messages that Will showed in his thread are taken from their original contexts. With this in mind, it makes sense why people see these messages and assume ill intent. But today will be the first time you get to see the context. In the second tweet of his thread, he claims I would talk to him about sexual topics and make jokes about my kinks. This is only partially true. I never talked to him about anything sexually explicit. Everything he claims falls into sexual topics are passing mentions of art I never described in detail. What he claims are jokes about my kinks? This is true, but only the subject of one of them, burping. I never said anything more than that.
People were also calling him an alleged groomer, and me personally, I don't see any grooming taking place. And if I'm just overlooking something, please inform me. I'd rather be informed than be ignorant and make more mistakes on a video like this. In the comments, if you know something I don't, please let me know. I do, however, find it weird and pretty predatory with how he's talking to this 14-year-old about Rule 34, which is very known to be NSFW and something you just don't talk to someone under the age of 18 and especially a 14-year-old. And it's just something you don't necessarily do. This guy also brings up how he has a burp kink. I'm just as confused as you are. From a side of just mentions of Rule 34 and one kink being spoken about, it doesn't seem like anything out of the ordinary, which I can be mistaken and he may just be choosing to send certain screenshots. But even then, you think the person accusing him for grooming would show worse and more evidence behind these grooming allegations, because it's not something you necessarily joke about. Now, if you think I'm on It's Something side, then you're truly mistaken. I'm not on any side. As any normal person, I do not agree with the topics being talked about between them, especially since the person is and he's 23. It raises insane red flags. It's Something YT explains how he joked around with the person because they were friends. But even then, the youngest friend I probably have is 15, and I don't speak to him unless we're in a public call with other friends. Even our DMs are just purely game related, and some mods I've sent him for Among Us or something. He should be understanding, even if these topics were brought up by the younger person. You, as the older person and a 23-year-old, should shut these topics down before it even gets further than it was. Anyways, everyone is just sticking to the word groomer and really just outing him for these things that were said and that were messaged, which is understandable, but calling him something like that when, from what we've seen in the Twitter thread and as well as his own video I watched, there's nothing in either of those pieces of evidence that points to him grooming. It's just not what the word means. Now, no way in those messages was he trying to build trust or abusing him in any way or trying to manipulate him in any way for something that extra that he's trying to quote unquote get. So that's not what grooming necessarily means. The people that are saying this on YouTube and stuff are literally just doing it for clicks. And he might be saying, "Dole, but your thumbnail says groomer." I'm again for clicks, but I am not calling him a groomer. It's just what's been said. From the video I've seen of his, he just goes on to explain how he never goes into detail because he is aware of how weird it is to talk to someone that's about Rule 34 and kinks of his.
I disagreed by joking that I had Rule 34 of Pokemon on my computer. I didn't explain any of these drawings in detail or share them with Will. He mentioned how he told me to stop making these kind of jokes because they made him uncomfortable. This is true, and in response, I promised I would never do it again. And in fact, I never did.
I want to express how similar these type of fandoms are, and it's kind of irrelevant to the situation, but the whole Regretevator community, Dandy's World, Forsaken, and communities like that are really similar. It might just all be the same people in one huge community, but when there's characters in the game, for example, Party Noob, Cool Kid, and the little flower from Dandy's World, you start to see a little trend and how similar all these are. If that makes sense, I'm not sure, I just wanted to talk about it. But I hope this guy just stays away from people that aren't in his age group if he's this comfortable to talk about things like that. For the whole ban issue, I think it was semi-justified that it's not right that someone again is talking like this to someone younger than them by a lot. One, it's a huge mental gap. A person older has gone through every experience that the younger person has gone through and has yet to go through. And that's just for any situation, not even just this in general, as far as genuine predatory behavior and genuine grooming. This is a huge mental gap. A person has gone through a lot more than the other person has yet to go through, like I said. Two, it's a big age gap as well, and this person isn't necessarily developed yet. So I think the ban was justified. You wouldn't want that kind of people in your community, especially knowing if there's kids or a younger audience that makes up most of your community. This is where I give props to the whoever banned the person. Whoever banned It's Something YT, I give props to you because you are genuinely your community safe and making sure that people like this aren't around. With all that said, hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you guys do enjoy, like I said, make sure to like and subscribe. It lets me know that you guys are enjoying the videos. And subscribing is free for you guys. Let me know down in the comments if you guys want me to talk about something else. Thanks for watching. Love you guys.